through the shadows where the storms collide. She stands with courage as her guide. Her whispers echo louder than screams, faithful to God through broken dreams. She's the silent storm, unshaken, strong. Through the trials, she's where hope belongs, a survivor standing tall, unbound. Her voice a beacon breaking the cloud. Tuesdays and Thursdays, the table set for stories shared, no room for regret. At 5:30 sharp, hearts come alive. Together we heal, together we thrive. Tuesdays and Thursdays, the table set for stories shared, no room for regret. At 5:30 sharp, hearts come alive. Together we heal, together we thrive.
Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, good evening, good evening to you all. Happy Thursday. Hope you guys had a wonderful day, and hope you guys are staying warm if you up here north, because it's cold hit this way. We did have blizzard, we got snow all over the place. Kids that had no school on today. And so we just here trying to stay warm, everyone. So I am here. We're gonna talk about some insurance I done came across that I looked at, and this is what everybody needs to know if you don't know. Okay. So really this slide was for the ones that don't know. Because if you know, I'm quite sure you are ready to talk to your family members about it. So we're gonna talk about this. I want to go ahead and share my live so people know that we are live and coming here what for Lisa got to say. She got some stuff to say. She got some stuff that everybody should know about this. You know what I'm saying? And that's real talk. Okay. So if you're a content creator, you come in here, later on, please share it out because this is some good information. See, one thing about my channel over here, I'm gonna give y'all some good information. When I find something out, I'm gonna let you know as well. Okay, that's just me. That's just what I do. You know, I don't keep it all to myself, and I don't keep it just for me to know and my family to know. I want everybody else to know as well. That's just what I do. Okay. That's real talk. That's why it's called real table talk, because we talk about the realness over here. Okay, the realness over here. So I just want to share this out. Okay, let me put it back on my Facebook page because I like to talk to my Facebook people too. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hope you guys are doing good. And like I said, it's cold here in Ohio. It's cold here. It's not no jokes like about, it's probably dropped down to like about 13 degrees, maybe. I'm guessing. Let me check out my thing real quick. Let me tell you exactly what it is right now. Okay, right now. Because it's cold. It's very cold. It is it's 18 degrees right now. That's what the temperature is. And the low today is going to be 14. Okay. And Friday, we're supposed to be getting some 50% rain tomorrow. And we just had a blizzard, and now we got rain coming, Friday and Saturday. Okay. Well, it's gonna be in the high in the 30, the high gonna be 31 over the weekend. The low is gonna be 15 on Friday and 13 on Saturday and 10 degrees on Sunday. That's gonna be the low. Woo! Monday, y'all. I'm sorry, it's gonna be even colder. Let me stop looking at that weather. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to stay warm. Okay. Well, anyway, we're gonna talk about, we is gonna talk about, did you know about this? Okay. But before we get started, everyone, I'm gonna let you guys listen to a video as well after I get through discussing it myself. That way, when you guys hear this video, you'll be like, wow, the video's not gonna be long. The video's not gonna be long at all. Okay. So we finna go ahead and get started. Okay, welcome to Forever Lisa's Royal Jewels Palace Room, known as Safe Haven. Okay, where there is real talk with real people in real life. Okay, you will see God's love, peace, joy, happiness, unity, and respect over here. Okay, and just know that my channel here is monetized, and I'm giving people permission for anyone to play any of my videos of mine for positive, uplifting, or to prove a point. For any other reason, any evil reason that you try to use it for, the violators will be flagged. Okay, and I thank you for understanding where I am coming from, because I'm about peace. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about for everybody to use my video to be mean, to be evil with. Okay, it's about speaking the truth. Okay, so I thank you all for agreeing with me, and the ones who don't agree, that's okay. And remember, this live stream of discussion I am talking about today, it's going to be some of my opinion, going to be some true facts I'm going to be giving you guys. But if the shoe fit, that's wear it, whatever I am going to talk about on today. Okay. And just know that this video discussion is about car insurance policy. And I said, have you looked at it lately? Have you? Did your agent talk to you about it? If you answer no to both of these answers, you probably want to stay right here and go invite some of your family and friends over here to hear what happened to a family that she didn't know nothing about it. Okay. So that way it will not happen to your family. But remember, some insurance companies are nationwide with different rules in each state. Okay. Because you got State Farm, using State Farm out there. Because you got State Farm in California and you got State Farm in Pittsburgh. It don't mean that their rules gonna be the same, because they are different state. Even though they still State Farm, but they are different rules. And it 9 to 10 times it's nationwide. Okay, so remember that. Okay, but before we talk about it, okay, we talk about that. I'm gonna read the copyright disclaimer first. Okay, so I definitely want to pull the copyright disclaimer up over here so you guys can see it as well, because hey, y'all know me. Y'all know me. I got to go by my rules. So this is Forever Lisa rules over here on her channel. Okay. I don't care what anybody else do on their channel. I only care about what I do over here on my platform. Okay. So I definitely got that up there for you guys to read. So let me get back over here to my notes so I can read it with you guys. Okay. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay, so that's the fair use I just read to you. So I can remove that down from out your way. And we finna continue on, and we're gonna talk about um this insurance that's going on. Okay, but before I even move on that way, I just want everybody to know this. Okay, so keep this keep this in your mind. Keep this in your mind. Okay, people like to interrupt me every time I go live. No, I'm not a preacher, a teacher, a counselor, a therapist, a doctor, a lawyer. I'm just a willing vessel being used by God for his purpose, not man. So now I got to just slow down real quick. So that way I can let you guys know what I meant, what I mean by this. To the ones who's going to come and watch later on, to the new ones who do not know Forever Lisa, okay? Lisa, Forever Lisa, I'm staying 10 toes down on everything that she said. Okay. I am a 60-year-old queen. Do not follow people. Okay. I'm not going to dislike somebody because you dislike a person. Okay. I will not let nobody use me as a puppet. Okay. I am about doing my father's business. Whatever God give me to teach on and to show you guys, that's what I will do. Okay. I don't do no bandwagon stuff. I'm not gonna jump on this team because this team is doing it. At least about the truth. And I will speak the truth. Even though when I spoke the truth before, people like to drag me and talk about me because I wasn't on their side. That's okay. I just let God handle that. Because I'm gonna still speak my truth in love and respect. Okay. So as I continue on, if any moderator come in here and you are a content creator, if you want to drop your link down, you may. You may do so. Okay. I met a nice, she's a big YouTuber. Okay. I was over her chat and not gonna say who that is. That one right there, I'm gonna kind of keep private. So I can go somewhere I can, feel comfortable, I can feel relaxed without somebody else, follow me up over there. Okay. I enjoy her content onto her commentary on today. She's about her business. She's a beautiful, beautiful content creator. You know what I'm saying? She talked about herself, who she was, where she came from Facebook, and she even named some other YouTubers that I had just met as well. I'm like, okay, y'all all connected. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting to learn. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting to reach out. She made me feel so good when I heard her say, just because this person is at top and you way down there, you still continue on doing what you do on your channel, okay? Because one day you're gonna get up there. She said, you be happy for the next person, which I'm always happy for the next people. That's just who I am. I'm always happy for when I see somebody's doing good, somebody, constantly climbing, because she was naming some of the people that who she was her supporter on Facebook and stuff, and now they got their own channels and stuff, and they doing a marvelous job, on YouTube. So I really enjoyed her. You know what I'm saying when she was telling me that. Okay, so let me give me some water, you guys. Just hold on one second. Get my bottle of water out the refrigerator, and we're gonna talk for a minute. We're gonna talk. We are going to talk. I just like to talk to you guys before I get to my commentary. Mm. Now I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get to it. It's very that we all should know this. I apologize. I think we all should know this, and we all should tell our family, about this because it's very important. You know what I'm saying? Insurance policy is just as that you should make sure everything is covered, just like your life insurance. Okay. We're going to talk about life insurance one day too. Okay. But today, this is about your car insurance. Okay. It's very important to know about your car insurance. Okay. So I'm here, you guys. I'm sorry. So let me fix my light. Okay, so we're gonna get started. Get started. Sorry. I'm gonna clean that off. Okay, so I get my water. Okay, I was thirsty. So we're gonna go ahead and start our commentary. Okay. So let me. Okay. Now I'm gonna say Ohio. I'm really gonna talk about. Well, let me say this. Let me say this first. Okay. I asked a question to Google. Okay, and I asked Google, how long has this changes been? Because it was new. I never heard of this because it was new to me about adding your minor child on your car insurance. Okay, it's about a child got to be on your policy, even though they not driving, they got to be on your policy at a certain age. Okay, so I had to call in my car insurance and ask them. I know they nationwide, they all over. So the young lady talked to me, so she told me about Ohio. So then I Google asked Google before I call my car insurance, and I asked them how long has this changes been to add your child on your car insurance policy. And Google, you know how they get to thinking and want to go find up. And Google told me that while there's no single recent federal law change, so nothing had changed. So severe significant shifts in some states regulation in industry practice regarding minor children on cars insurance have taken effect as of January in 2026. Okay. Some in some states it didn't take effect of that. Okay. Like I said, you have to call your car insurance so they can let you know about yours. Okay. But right now, I'm finna read about Ohio. Okay. Because I'm from Ohio, to the ones that do not know me. Okay. Ohio insurance companies typically requires you to list all household members, listen, age 14 and older on your auto policy. And I'm gonna let you guys, this happened to a lady. She lived in a different city. She had the same insurance as mine, but she lived in a different city. Okay. Regardless of whether they have driver's license or not. Okay. Listen clearly, listen closely. The rules for minor children, okay, depend on their current driving status. Okay, remember I said they got to be 14 years. If you got a child in your household, whether they drive it or not, in Ohio, you got if they 14 and older and they live with you, they got to be on your policy. Okay, but there's ways that you can put them on your policy as well. Okay. Um, under age 15 and a half. Hold on, you guys. Hold on 1 second. I'm so sorry, everyone. Please forgive me. Sometimes when I get these phone calls, I have to take it because remember, I got a sister that's really, really sick that she's God, whenever God decides he want to call her home. So I got to take these calls when the phone rings. So I'm sorry. Okay. Hey, Vibrant. Hey, Vibrant. Thank you for coming through, sweetie. Peace and blessings to you. But anyway, as I was saying, now under the age of 15 and a half, unlicensed, most insurers require children who resides in a household to be disclosed as household members. Listing them does not usually affect your premium until they begin driving. Okay. If you got a learner's permit, temporary permit in Ohio, teens can get a permit at 15 and a half. Many Ohio insurers do not charge an additional premium while the teen only has a permit, as they must be occupied by a licensed adult. However, some companies like Progressive requires them to be added as soon as they have a permit, but will not rate charge for them until they are fully licensed. Okay, like I said, every state is different. Go listen to your state. Okay, find your state about your insurance. You call your insurance and talk to your insurance, okay, and see what they have to say. Okay. Okay, let's continue on. Okay. Okay, once a minor receive a probationary full license, they must be added to the policy if they live in your household and have access, okay, to your car, okay, or to your vehicle. Why companies requires this? They says risk assessment, okay? Insurers need to know who has access to their insured vehicles to accurately assess risk, okay? Preventing fraud. Failing to disclose a household member can be considered material misrepresentation, which may lead to a denial, okay, of claims of the cancellation of your policy. Okay, permit use limits. Many policies exclude household members from permissive use coverage if unlisted household members drives and crashes. The insurance company may legally refuse to pay claims. And I'm going to show y'all. Hey, 𝘱𝘰𝘭𝘪𝘤, I'm going to show y'all the video, what I'm talking about, okay? Thanks for tuning in, 𝘱𝘰𝘭𝘪𝘤. Alternatives in Ohio, okay? If you do not want an unlicensed or high-risk household member on your policy, some Ohio insurers allow a named driver called a named driver exclusion. Okay. This officially states that the person is not covered under any circumstances. However, if they drive your vehicle and have an accident, you will be personally liable for all damages. Okay. For specific details on your requirements, you should check your policy or use the Ohio Department of Insurance resources for audience on household members disclosure. Okay. So when you got a child in your home or even adult that living with you, they got to be on your policy as a non-driver. They would never drive your car. Okay. That's just something new, you guys, as far as that. But far as my main concern is the kids that's a minors, not even old enough to drive yet. You know what I'm saying? How some kids got to be on your policy. Okay. In certain states it do, but Ohio, you don't. Ohio, when I read Ohio, you got to be 14 years old and older. That's only in Ohio to be on your parents' policy. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys watch this video of what happened to this family. Okay, and she been with this insurance company for over 14 years, and this will happen to her. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys listen to this. Like I said, this is a very, very good information. I think you guys really need to really needs to listen to this, okay? Because it's very, very, very it's sad for me for her that she got to come out her pocket. Okay. So let me get this video together. Hold on. Let me get this video together. And we've been let you guys listen. It's not long at all, you guys. It's about 3 minutes long. But I did want to, that's why I decided I wanted to talk about it, because when I came across this, I was like, are you serious? I jumped up and got to do a lot of research and contacted and looking stuff up and going through the Google and seeing was that true, because you can't believe everything that you hear, you know what I'm saying? But I know this was a newscast that, that came and was playing it. So that's why I believed it, because it was, from the news. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and make this smaller, pause this. Okay. Okay, let me go ahead and go share so you guys can see it for yourself, you guys. Okay. Share right here. Share. Okay, here we go. It's only but 3 minutes and 30 seconds long. But listen clearly.
From downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
Tonight, a stunning move by an insurance giant that could impact every single parent with kids. So last week, we've been following this here at Local 4 for a while now. The Local 4 investigators exposed how insurance companies are denying claims if parents didn't list their kids, even toddlers, on their policies.
Yeah, so tonight we introduce you to another family caught in this growing controversy. A Southfield woman is now being sued by Geico, and the company is refusing to pay for an accident, all because she didn't list her 12-year-old daughter on her policy. Kyla Russell continues her investigation. Kyla, the daughter doesn't even drive.
That's right. She's 12 years old, and her mom, Carrie McCaskill, got her first Geico policy in 2014. And for over 10 years, there were no issues until about May 2nd last year. And she says she and her 12-year-old daughter, who does not drive, got in the car along with her daughter's friend and just headed out to grab a bite to eat.
The car came around going about 40 or 50, trying to get around traffic, and T-boned us.
She submitted a claim, which of course included the police report.
The police report listed my child and her friend in the car, so I had to list that on the claim. The process went as it normally does.
She was told the car was totaled out and was worth maybe $25,000. Weeks went by and she couldn't get any information about the claim.
Then I tried to log into my app, wasn't able to log in.
Then she got this letter in the mail,
letting me know that the claim had again been reviewed. They were not going to pay out the claim, and they were canceling my policy retroactive back to the last renewal day.
And their reasoning was because
I had not listed my 12-year-old at the time daughter, who doesn't drive, who's not a driver, on the personal injury protection attestation.
Her attorney, Chris Camper, says she didn't hear anything from Geico until she was served with papers. After the accident, her daughter's friend went to the doctor just to get checked out. Camper says Geico asked the girl's mother if she was getting care, and if so, where. Geico's complaint is addressed to both Carrie and that doctor's office, saying Geico has no duty to pay any collision or personal injury benefits because Carrie did not list her daughter. But the doctor's office isn't trying to get Geico to cover any cost of care, and Camper says they didn't file an answer to the complaint.
Making her basically feel like she's done something intentionally wrong and that she may be stuck with a $25,000, $26,000 lease.
It kind of felt like being thrown away. And I get that, like, it's a company and it's not a relationship, but I did my part.
Now, Geico tells me this. They say, as we stated last week, Geico complies with all state insurance regulations regarding claims and coverage. And they tell me they're unable to comment on pending litigation. Now, I also reached out to the specific attorneys who are representing Geico for this case, but haven't yet heard back. Right here in Detroit, I'm Kyla Russell, Local 4.
Appreciate your tenacity on this one, Kyla. Thank you so much.
See, this is what I was saying, you guys. You want to be careful. You want to make sure that your child is like, it's on your insurance. Especially if they're 14 and up. I know in Ohio, as you can see, she's from Michigan, and her child was only 12 years old. Okay, and her child was not on her insurance. See, I never knew so far as kids. You know what I'm saying? Those kids, they don't drive. I don't want you to get a teenager, and I'm thinking 16 when you get your license. Whenever you get your license, that's when they got to be on your insurance. But all this stuff before they get their permit and all this at the certain age, 14, y'all, you better look at your policy. Read your policy. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, and I figure if I didn't know this, I figure some other people probably didn't know this as well, far as they minor children. Okay. So just be careful. And even if you got somebody, and I did talk to her because I had my son, he gonna be driving to my appointments and stuff, and I got to go, out of town, you know what I'm saying? Once a month. So he gonna be driving me, long as he's not allowed to drive my car, but if he only drives it once a month, take me to my appointments, he's okay. He's okay. He don't have to be on my license. I gave him permission to drive, and they would still cover me because that's what the insurance agent told me, because she looked it up and she said long as he don't drive your car once a month, no more than once a month, he's okay. Okay, to take you to your appointments, once a month, that's okay. But if he's gonna be driving it 2 or 3 or 4 times a month, he's got to be on your insurance. You know what I'm saying? Well, she only drive my car just to take me to my appointments. You know what I'm saying? So that was good to have, because then, and I said, well, what if I do want to put him on my insurance? This is the question that I asked her. What if I do want to put him on my insurance and stuff? And she said, well, they got to go by his driving record, his driving history, his credit record, and they go by everything. They look at all of that. But he cannot live with me, okay? Which he don't live with me. I'm like, oh, okay. I said, wow. I said, I didn't know that you check everything. You know what I'm saying? And so, but if the person is an adult and grown, they have to be on your policy as well, but you can put them as a on your policy as a non-driver. That means that he can never, ever, or her never ever drive your car. You put them down for an what they I call it something exclusion driver or something like that. But I know I called it something. It's a name that they call it, that you can it was called driver exclusion. Yeah, name driver exclusion. That means that person could never ever drive your car, because if they get into a car accident, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna be on you. Look what happened to that mother. I don't understand. But that's in the state of Michigan. That's happened in the state of Michigan. I just don't understand. The baby's only 12 years old. She got a car, $25,000 worth of damage on her car. That's is considered total. And it's probably considered total because it hit on that one side, but you probably can't get out. Whoever on that side of the car can't get out. You know what I'm saying? It might be still drivable, but they call that total because that side of the car people cannot get out. Only thing I can think of. But, and it's sad, and it's very, very, very sad that people do things like that. So each insurance do things like that. So, and they really don't talk to you about that. So people, that's why we got to start reading. They should actually, do you got any children? You know what I'm saying? If you say, yeah, I got a child. And that's probably why mine's never brought it up to me, because when they asked me, did I have a child in my household, I told them, yeah. I said, well, he's only 11 years old, so he ain't even driving. That's probably why, they didn't mention to me, but you got to add him on your insurance because he's gonna be, blah, 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 blah. That's probably why they didn't say that to me. at that time. You know what I'm saying? So I got to remember myself. The hope I don't forget that once he turned 14 years old, that he got to be on my insurance. So that's what I'm hoping that will I don't forget, you know. So I just want to share that with you guys, and because this was, when I see stuff, like this, and on my Thursdays, so I would definitely want to bring it out to the people. You know what I'm saying? And because like I said, I didn't know about a child 12 years old had to be on your um insurance policy. I did not know that. That's something new to me. Mm. But in Ohio, your child had to be 14 years old. They have to be on there. So if you're not from Ohio, you're from a different state, call your insurance agency. Call them and ask questions. Ask questions about people driving your car that live in your household, don't live in your household. Nothing wrong with you asking questions. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. So I'm not going to be on here, too much longer, you guys, because I'm getting out of breath. And I just wanted to definitely break this down with you guys as far as car insurance. And I did want to talk about today with the lady that got unalive by ICE. That was my topic for today. But to me, this was more important to me to get this out there real quick before I talk about that. Okay. But know that I don't think this all I had to say. Let me look at these right here. Okay, these are the states. And I'm gonna let you go after this, okay? And it says recent and upcoming state level changes. Okay, North Carolina, you're in North Carolina area. On July the 1st of 2025, the inexperienced operator surcharge for new drivers was extended from 3 years to 8 years. This means parents adding a newly licensed minor will face higher premium for a much longer period than before. Okay. This is California. This happened in January the 1st of 2025. Minimum liability limits increase for the first time is 56 years, from 15-30-5 to 30-20-15, whatever that is. I guess that eight, I don't know what that is, what that means. This automatically increases the base cost for parenting, adding a teen to a policy. Okay. Maybe they'll probably go by months. In New Jersey, January the 1st, 2026. This just happened this year. Okay. Minimum liability requirements increase again, to 35-70-25, directly impacting the cost and coverage for all household drivers, including minors. Standard requirements for 2026. Hey, yeah, champion, champion, come, sit. Mandatory listening. Most insurance requires you to list all licensed household members, including minors, as soon as they receive their driver's license. Okay. um Learner's permit, which is driving permits. In most states, teens with the permit are covered automatically under their parents' policy at no extra cost. But some companies are required them to be listed as soon as they begin driving with the permit. Here, champion. No, it's here. Go. Hold on, you guys. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm sorry, you guys. It's always something interrupting me all the time. I can never finish a live. Well, anyway, as I was saying, a lot of stuff started today. Just go out and go listen to your license. Call your your insurance agent, you guys, and see where you at with your insurance agent. So I'm getting ready to end my live right now, and you guys have a good night.
Through the shadows where the storms collide, she stands with courage as her guide. Her whispers echo louder than screams, faithful to God through broken dreams. She's the silent storm, unshaken, strong. And Thursdays, the table set for stories shared, no room for regret. At 5:30 sharp, hearts come alive. Together we heal, together we thrive. Tuesdays and Thursdays, the table set for stories shared, no